Brothers and sisters, we're going to move to item 6. But suffice to say that we have brothers and sisters on the ground in these regions that are listed here who are connected and are engaged in the process. So we have Manchester is engaged, Oxfordshire is engaged, Nottingham is engaged. We have brothers and sisters in those areas who are engaged in the process. The activities, the mobilization and organization work is not at the level as we would like it at the moment, but there is engagement from those areas, brothers and sisters. Tendai Mware. Blessed brothers and sisters. We're going to move on to item 6, which is reports and updates from subcommittees. And we're going to proceed, brothers and sisters, first and foremost with the youth core leadership. And we're going to call forward a very dynamic young sister in our community who is the leader within that core leadership. We call forward Sister Afryea Adopho. Can we hear her, please, brothers and sisters? Hear her!
Okay. Greetings, family. Greetings. So, what has happened this year with the Youth Corps? And we met in July at Mama Africa Culture Shop, and myself was given the task to establish the Youth Corps. So the first thing that we spoke about was identifying other young people within our community that are doing similar works to get involved. So Brother Tafaz was in attendance, Sister Maskila and Brother Anika, and we were given a task to meet subsequently to make this happen. So what happened? We met in August, and we thought of some of the key things that we believe young people should get involved in. The first issue was, although I can see some young people in here, generally when we meet in these types of forums, young people are absent. So how can we then do some outreach work? So we had Brother Tafazwa and Brother Anika making links with Hertfordshire University and Birmingham University. And we're waiting responses with that. As we know, many of the times, our school, not even our schools, but schools in this country and universities are very, very hard to get in. You could be liaising them for months on end. And this isn't something that I'm speaking from a theoretical perspective. I also work for a creative arts organisation called Starlight Music Academy, and I have been speaking to a linked person in the school from January. And this is to get into the school in October. So it's no small feat that we're dealing with. But it's in the pipeline, brothers and sisters. The second issue that we felt was important was going out into the estates. When we met in March of this year, we made a pledge that by next year, March, we would have done that. So Sister Maskila, who's in our core, has drawn up a questionnaire. So in terms of us going forward, we now have the paperwork in terms of, okay, if you found out about the National African Black People's Parliament, what type of things would you like to get involved in? We recognise we can say, get involved in this, get involved in that, and people may not be interested. So it's about getting that communication channel open. So we've got the paperwork, and we will be going out shortly. We also had the issue of, where do young people need to go when they need legal advice? There are plenty of solicitors out there. There are plenty of barristers. But what barristers, what solicitors would be able to A, give a good service, and B, be sympathetic to the situations in which we find ourselves in? We have drawn up that list. Finally, we also recognise that we need to have an active medium where week on, week out, or month in, month out, but it needs to be consistent, that we are commenting on the issues of our community. Now, we know that we have Voice of Africa. So again, Rise Up Brother Anika has been liaising with management for us to get a slot there. So what is the future looking like? I forgot to mention, we had African Liberation Day in May. We went down to Birmingham, as Brother Marcel mentioned. We went down to the Pan-African Congress Movement, ALD. And at that session, we met Brother Walter, who is studying architecture, who wants to get involved. And we also met Brother Mike, who is a youth worker, who does, I think, football training. So we haven't just thought about young people that are necessarily in London. We have thought about those that are outside. So in terms of things that we need to be able to report back concretely come March of next year, is firstly to have got into the schools, we have got into the estates, we've got onto radio, and finally we've got a call for any young people that are here, to come and see me, but I'll certainly be getting your numbers anyway, if you're interested. But we have a media subcommittee, so those that have social networking skills, those that have website skills, if people want to start on the ground running now, i.e. next week, in terms of commitment and getting something done, then there's that window of opportunity there. And that's my feedback. Give thanks.
Well, can we hear young Sister Afryea, brothers and sisters? Come on. Come on, we can do better than that. Tendai Mwari. Brothers and sisters, I just want to call forward the young persons that she mentioned who were working closely with her. Can I call forward Brother Tafadzwa, Brother Enika, and Sister Maskila to come forward, please, and stand with Sister Afryea? Can we hear them, brothers and sisters? Hear them? Hear them?
Don't worry. Can I just say, in terms of the university thing, Birmingham University has responded, and I'll be going up to. They asked me to come up there this month during as a part of their Black History Month program, as a part of a Marcus Garvey event, and to speak about National African People's Parliament. So that's already happening. Tendai
Mwari. Brothers and sisters, truly it has been said that the heart and soul of the youth is the pathway to conquering the future. The heart and soul of the youth is the pathway to conquering the future. If we can capture their hearts and souls, brothers and sisters, and we can direct them, we can educate them, we can inform them, then we, brothers and sisters, can prepare them to take charge of the future. Is that right, brothers and sisters? Yeah. And if we don't do that, then someone else is going to do it. But they're going to prepare them for a different agenda. Do you agree with me? Yeah. And we have 4 dynamic young people up here, each one of them in their own right. And collectively is even more trouble, more worries. And I just want to say, this is our youth leadership core. And one part of the task, and I don't think you said this, but forgive me if you did, what part of the task is to expand this youth core, this youth leadership core, to find a core, an extended core of leadership to advance the vision of the shadow youth parliament. Because remember, we're aiming to establish a shadow youth parliament to work alongside the adults, the elders, their elders, in the nation building vision that we are embarking upon, brothers and sisters. I want to give a special healing, though, to Sister Afryea, because the leadership that she has provided so far has been very dynamic and extremely inspirational. So can we give her a special healing? Hello! Thank you. Now, just before you go, are there any, what was the age group? What was the age range that was agreed on?
We're looking quite old, aren't we, brothers and sisters up here? So we're saying 18 to 35. That would be our youth core. 35, not 55 on core. 35. 35. Because I'm going to be 30 soon, so that would mean I'd have to leave. So we thought we'd extend it to 35. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Hear the youth. Hear them. Please stay standing. Please stay standing. Please stay standing, young people.